Hi, my name is Nicole Gonzalez Filos. I am the editor-in-chief of The Runner, and this is what you can expect from our latest issue.
This week I wrote an article about support for transgender and gender diverse youth. How we see ourselves and engage with the world is often rooted in our gender identity and our expression. But when our identity is rejected, it can greatly impact our mental health and our well-being. For this article, I spoke to Maria Townsend, a medical director at Transcare BC, who said not addressing gender dysphoria or distress related to gender can result in a number of risks associated with worsening mental health, including depression, anxiety, self-harm, and substance use. In regards to the impact on kids, I spoke to Dr. Travers, a sociology instructor at SFU, who said the anti-trans protests send a horrible message to kids who already know that they're pushing against a lot of social forces. The overall message from medical experts, advocates, allies, and transgender people themselves is that it's important kids learn that who they are is valued, and that they will be loved, cared for, safe, and supported regardless of their gender identity.
For this issue, I worked on a news story about how KPU is working to support students who are affected by the travel ban on flights from India and Pakistan. So the federal government issued a travel ban on flights coming from India and Pakistan, and the ban started on April 22nd. This was due to the surging cases of COVID-19. With the ban on flights, the government of BC has released a list of support for students who will be affected by the travel ban. So BC post-secondary students will have access to 24/7 mental health support like Here to Talk. Kwantlen Polytechnic University is also providing support for international students who will be affected by the travel ban. With this recent travel ban on flights from India and Pakistan, KPU International has sent out letter of support to students affected. Accommodation will also be provided to students along with quarantine details. KPU International is also talking to students about how they can prepare for their return to Canada.
Passion for the earth, the land, and all that exists on it, the KPU Geography Club. Lovers of geography, I need your attention because two KPU geography students are in the process of reviving the university's geography club. Aaron and Yanu are currently looking for more members to join their newly forming geography club and are hoping to build connection and community across the department. So after consulting with one of their professors, the creators discovered that, as it turns out, KPU actually used to have a geography club, but it had slowly dwindled off after people who had been running it and been part of it had graduated and moved on. So the pair are in the works of building it back up. And once established, they are planning on hosting faculty talks, watching documentaries together, and going on field trips once it is safe to do so. So in the story, the pair talk about what inspired them to go into geography in the first place, and also discuss the advantages and disadvantages of trying to start up a club while being strictly online. So if you're interested in joining the KPU Geography Club, check out the story on our website for the two club creators' emails. Tamara Jansen taking part in lesbian activity is not something that needs to be corrected through counseling. So this was the headline of the opinion piece that I wrote about the Langley City Cloverdale MP who does not support banning conversion therapy. And so I actually happened across this whole mess when I was scrolling through a TikTok and happened to see that the person who was saying these really problematic things is representing me and my local area. And so during her comment of opposition on the third reading of the bill, she quoted Apostle Matthew in a game of Bible baseball, as Rob Oliphant put it, and used a case study of a young woman named Charlotte who was successfully counseled out of her lesbian activity. And so she attempted to relay how distressed she was that situations like Charlotte's could potentially be banned with the way that the bill is currently worded. Obviously, this whole situation is very offensive, but particularly offensive to me because she's representing me and my area, and as a lesbian myself, I do not want to be represented that way. And so, yeah, in my story, I talk about how problematic it is to insinuate that queer people can be counseled out of being queer, and question how sincere her apology is if she is blocking people on social media who are voicing their concerns. So check it out on our website and read about how angry I am.
It's that time of year where people are starting to consider buying a plant or having a baby. To answer this great debate, our contributor Paula Aguilar provides 4 reasons why buying a plant might be just the thing to curb your baby fever. Firstly, you can go on a trip while leaving your plants at home. Social services would frown upon that if you did that with your child. Secondly, a plant would never be jealous of the other kids with the latest iPhones and iPads. Thirdly, you can choose the personality and maintenance of your plant, but you can't choose that of your child. And lastly, you won't have to pay for therapy when your plant realizes that all of its problems are your fault. So let's be real. Save yourself the trouble of raising a child and stop by your local Plants R Us and pick up a succulent instead.